Okay, so I'm going to try a video response to Renetto's request, like everyone else. And the first thing I want to say, I'm going to try to keep this as short as I can, but the first thing I want to say is that it's pretty clear now after more than 100 responses that we're not getting really obnoxious responses. We're getting people talking about their lives, and they seem like good, fine, normal people, all sorts of people. It's not as much of a cross of what I suspect is the YouTube community as I'd like, but I suspect that's just the nature of this particular person and this particular viewership and the kind of things. We're seeing basically white Americans, a few people from the UK, but I bet there's more out there. Still, the point is clear, I think, at this point. YouTube is about normal people, and the people that write all those nasty comments, well, they just have one sentence or two in them. They're not going to do a video response. I suppose maybe a few will do something, but that's just tomfoolery. Now, who am I? My name is James Blackburn-Lynch. I'm 39 years old, married, 2 kids. I'm a college professor in Kentucky. I teach math. And if you're thinking, oh, I hate math. Yeah, I hear that all the time. You're not allowed to say that if you're in my classroom. But I hear it everywhere I go, everybody I ever visit. It's too bad. It's really fun. It's not my favorite thing in the world. Math, that is. But I do enjoy it a great deal. Like, for example, the other day I was watching Discovery, and there was a girl who claimed she had X-ray eyes, could diagnose people of diseases just by looking at them. She's Russian. And they brought her to the States to test her. And they ran this little test on her. 7 people are in the room. They each have some disease. She's got file folders to describe the disease, but she doesn't know which person goes with which disease. She comes into the room, and then she's to match the people to the disease. They decided that she would have to get 5 right for them to think that it was something to pursue, whether or not she really had such a gift. She got 4. And I thought, well, that's kind of arbitrary. 4, 5. 4 seems pretty good. I wouldn't get 4. So I looked into it and I thought about what are the chances of getting 4 in that situation. I'm not a probability person, which is what the question is. And so I had to think it all the way through. It was really fun to think about. Turns out that other people have wondered the same thing about this same show, and there's all sorts of discussion about whether 4 or 5 matters and whether that proves anything about her. It's a pretty interesting little discussion, but the point is, the math of it was really fun, and I spent a lot of time just, writing up stuff and trying to figure it out. Why? I don't know, because it was fun. But without a doubt, my passion in life is music. Has been. When I was 4 years old, I went to see my first concert with my dad, the Clancy Brothers. Still kind of like that kind of music, but rock and roll is certainly my thing. Even taught a class on the history of rock and roll one time. A lot of fun. So, music is the key. I'm going to show you a little bit more about why I say that. So, my main obsession is here. This is my instrument collection. That's my mandolin. There's my Martin guitar. I like that one. Here's my Les Paul. Here's a couple banjos. Oops. That is a professional banjo, and that one is a fretless banjo made by a friend of mine. There's a fiddle that I never play over there. My wife's bass. And my drum set. I can't play anything, but I love to play.
the other part of music, listening to music. This bookshelf was made by my wife. I did the finish work, but it's really her work. Oh, and on my walls, I like to have some record albums. Here's the Meters. I don't really like that music, but I love that cover. Also, here's an old habit. Comics. Not really doing it as much as I used to, but I still enjoy reading them.
Finally, the last thing is, I just want to say the thing I like most in life is learning. Just learning new stuff, whether it be stuff about YouTube or video cameras, which I don't do anything with. I'm trying to teach myself Spanish, spending a lot of time on it, just because, well, I want to learn language. I want to be able to think in a different language. I think that would be really great. I'm not a traveler, not going to go anywhere most likely. I don't really know many Spanish speakers, so it's hard to really learn, but I'm trying. Mostly, it's just fun. It's fun to keep the brain active, and it's fun to watch people talk about what they're thinking about, what they're doing. I just really enjoy thinking about things and thinking about people. One of my favorites. And so that's what this is for. And YouTube is a good place to do all of that. And being a college professor, one of the nicest things about being a college professor is you get summers off, at least some of it off. And so here's a couple weeks where I got nothing to do. May as well shoot a video, see how it goes.
One more thing, I forgot to mention this chair that I was sitting in. That is made by a friend of mine, Charlie Harvey. Isn't it gorgeous? It's a shaker chair. And that over there is my dog Lucy. There are other shaker chairs by Charlie. He made all of these. And then in here, as long as you see the background, this is pottery made by local Berea potters, who are friends of mine. It's a little hard to see in the China hutch. That's Trent Ripley and Teresa Cole's work. I just love having it in my house.